Jump up and down, we're taking over the scene. Crypto koala, yeah. We're living the dream from YouTube to Discord. Our community reigns. Stronger than ever, we're breaking the chains. No FUD allowed, we're spreading the love. Koalas on Solana, soaring high above. Building the biggest token, ready to explode. We're here to stay. Watch our empire grow. Welcome, oh welcome, it's time to start the show. Crypto koala, we're ready to blow. We're the strongest community in the interwebs. No one can stop us, we're turning heads. Turning heads.
What is up, guys? Welcome. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Today is Friday, guys. We are finally at Friday. We made it, and today is a big day. Today's the halving. Today is the halving, guys. And a couple people called it. And, last night was a little bit worried, and we're going to get into what happened. But looks like the markets are definitely on a nice little run, continuing on from yesterday. So everything is looking great. Make sure you guys, before we start off, make sure you guys hit those likes. Hit those likes for this morning stream, and let's get right into it. So, let's see here. TJ, what's going on? Randy, Adam, Maurice, Rob, Kinnemir, Frigerio, Prodigy. It's early, bro, but money doesn't sleep, right? We got to get up. Eduardo, let's see here. Jordan, what's going on, brother? Rob, Pappy, what is going on, guys? Knights of Eternity. I like that green, bro. Kaktoshi, love the green. Love the name, bro. Michael Rosales, what is going on, guys? And Mr. Val, hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. We finally made it, guys. I hope you guys don't have to work on the weekends. And if you do, it is what it is. That's why we're investing, so you guys can get that financial freedom. And hopefully you don't have to work for too long during the weekends, right? And honestly, during the weeks as well. Let's just turn trading into our daily jobs. That's what we need to do. And we're all slowly but surely getting there. So let's check out the markets real quick. So for Bitcoin, last night, I remember if you guys, if you're not already, make sure you guys join that Discord. We did post last night that we got news right when it was occurring that there was some, there was more conflict spurring up over in the Middle East. Obviously, we're not going to get political. We don't get into any of that stuff as far as what's going on. We don't take sides. We're just here for crypto and for money, right? Unfortunately, that does affect the market, so we do brush on the subjects, but definitely don't want to get into it like whose side we're on or anything like that, because at the end of the day, we're all a family here, and we're on the side that's getting the money, right? And that's what we're here for. So last night, obviously, you guys know, with the conflict that's spurring up, between Israel and Iran, well, they've been going tit for tat. Last night, Israel came back at Iran, and it looks like they did some kind of a small strike or anything like that. But it looks like for right now, it's not really affecting the markets anymore. Last night, you can see once the news spread, we were at about 63.5. We dropped all the way back down and bounced again right at this spot that we've had marked at around that 59.7. I told you guys before we even hit this 59 that this was probably where we were going to need to come back down and most likely hold support. And you can see it has been for now holding that support. And basically that's all we needed. It really ignited a lot of the buyers to come in, and it sucks because this happened. I watched, this candle start forming, but it was getting towards later in the night. I ended up falling asleep, was like, damn, I wonder what tomorrow is going to bring. Well, after I woke up, mid morning, I kind of get on my phone and check, and you can see we were definitely rallying. And I was like, damn it, missed this drop right here. I would have loved to open up a beautiful long on there, but hindsight's 2020. It's over with. It is what it is, right? Because I know our portfolios are definitely in the green right now as far as whatever you're invested in for crypto. So you can see, obviously, we jumped up Bitcoin right now at 65,436 to be exact. Big thing that I want to point out, though, is you guys can see, remember yesterday I said this 64.9, before it even happened, I said the 64.9 is going to be a spot for some resistance. And you can see we did hit our head on that 64.9, but now we've flipped it over for now into some kind of support. What I'd like to see is us either keep moving up, or if we're going to retrace, I want to see us bounce off this 64.9. It looks like we're not even going to maybe even retrace for right now back towards those numbers. I am curious to see in about an hour, little over an hour from now, what the actual stock market is going to be doing when we do open up as far as ETFs for Bitcoin. I'm wondering how they're going to react, because again, when these things keep happening across the world, it keeps happening while the markets are closed, right? So the markets aren't really able to react much. Last night, if you looked at the futures for the stock market, Dow Jones and stuff like that was down 1%, about 1%. So they were reacting, but it was nothing crazy. Oil actually spiked up to $90 yesterday, last night when this occurred. Obviously, because Iran, Middle East, people start thinking oil is all about supply, right? The supply is what drives the price. If the supply gets hindered or it gets reduced for whatever reason, the prices will increase. And you can see that we've dropped back down towards the 80s. So it looks like, for the most part, I think a lot of people or a lot of investors are brushing this off for right now, because I don't think it was as big as what it was looking like it was gonna be, right? You just hear the headlines, Israel just attacked Iran directly. You're like, holy crap, here we go. But it looks like it was same thing like what Iran did to Israel. It was more like a small kind of a, look, we can do this if we want, but, don't take it too serious. We don't want to really get into a big war kind of thing. And that's exactly what Israel kind of did back, almost to appease their followers, right? But again, we're not getting into it. Just, stating the facts as far as what, unfortunately, we have to cover on why this was a big drop yesterday. So for Milady, you can see she did have a reaction last night when Bitcoin dropped to 59, but she didn't have that reaction that we saw a few days ago. She did hold pretty well. She dropped down to about the 15.5, and you can see for now we are back right up to the 17s, and we're holding above, I believe, the 618. Yep. So we are looking fantastic right now. Like I keep saying, I would love to see what today is going to bring, right? Because today is the actual day that we're going to see the halving. Let's jump into some things real quick. So you can see the halving technically is today, right? It is today, but it's technically not until 11 hours and 8 minutes. And you're like, what the hell is going on? Well, what needs to happen is there's still 77 blocks that are basically until we get to the halving. So if you know, with mining, they basically are in blocks. So there still is a little bit until we get to that halving, but it is expected to occur somewhat tonight, this evening, around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the States. So definitely going to happen today. I think as of right now, you can see the markets are definitely reacting. Milady's market cap right now, 126 million. We are up 15%. And a look at the volume. The volume has spiked very much so. Still, nothing too crazy, but around $18 million. We're up 130% in the last 24 hours for volume. And looking at the market cap for the whole market, you can see we're up about 4%. 24-hour volumes up about 10.5% for the whole crypto market. And Bitcoin's dominance has spiked like we pretty much anticipated. I thought it was going to be a lot higher, but I think given what's been going on, Bitcoin's been kind of getting hit as far as with the world stage and stuff like that. But you can see Bitcoin right now, dominance is around 54.4%. So, definitely spiking up. Still on track. What I'm still anticipating is that, we're going to still see that kind of that similar move with our 4-year cycles. Bitcoin, is going to have probably a solid day today, most likely. I can't say with sure confidence just because everything that's going on across the world, right? The market might open up today and you might have some scared money start selling off. So we'll have to see how it goes. But for the most part, it looks like we're going to continue to move really well as far as for today. And then as it's usually plays out is that you'll usually see like next week, the next few weeks, where possibly we might see somewhat of a sideways action, more of a consolidation kind of move until we get to most likely within the next few weeks, the next month. That's usually when you start seeing Bitcoin kind of brushing off that whole halving and we start moving back up towards all-time highs. The only reason why it's like you can't speak with confidence is because just like the article we read last night on the stream, a lot of people are kind of like, what the hell is going on? Because we already hit all-time highs, right? We just saw a massive sell-off in the last few weeks. Normally, all that happens after the halving. It happened before, so it's like now we're almost in like a price discovery kind of thing where we're all kind of like curious to see what in the hell, what's going to be happening now after the halving. So, but we did cover this on an article, and there's still a lot of analysts still calling for something very similar to what we usually see post-halving on all the cycles. So everything's not going to be exact, but I do think it's going to be very similar. And just like I said for the timeline as far as Bitcoin, and all-time highs still occurring post-halving within the next month, I still do think it's going to happen. And then as we get past those all-time highs for Bitcoin's going to still be doing really well, but this is when we really start taking off as far as altcoins. Altcoin season, like I keep telling you guys, I'm still anticipating towards the later half or the later, fourth quarter of this year, somewhere around August, September, possibly October, somewhere around there is where I'm anticipating that we really get into altcoin season and you just start seeing altcoins absolutely killing it, going parabolic. So let's see here. AI said, happy halving day. Nice. Fajerio said, I was waiting for Milady if she would drop to the 13 mark, but nope, people love Milady. Yep. And, we had such a big drop, in the last week or two that it's just like, I think a lot of people have caught that dip and they're holding on now, with anticipation that we're going to start, moving as a market back up. So AI said Bitcoin's doing 50 billion in volume in 24 hours. Nice. Hell yeah. A lot of that though, I will say, is because last night we did see a massive sell-off, right? So that volume is also contributed to, the volatility that we've seen in the last few days, especially yesterday when we went from 63.5 all the way down to 59,000 again last night. But it was like, within an hour or two we dropped, and then within an hour or two we were right back up, so that's a lot of money to move Bitcoin. So let's see here. I'm looking to see they misspelled increases. Look at that. Increases. So it says BitMEX increases leverage to 250x on Bitcoin's perpetual swap to benefit traders amid halving volatility. Holy crap. You guys know, if you're members, we always cover in the members only stream leverage trading, and all that good stuff. And we're always talking about 100x is like, that's crazy because the range of where you can get liquidated is so fine, right? So small. Imagine trading on a 250x. Holy crap. I'm sure if you were to trade on a 250x, the range of you being liquidated is probably within the hundreds of dollars. And that is something that you have to be very cautious with, because Bitcoin fluctuates by the hundreds within minutes. Within seconds, this thing could be up to 66 and then right back down to 64. So imagine trading off of 60 or 250x leverage. That is absolutely crazy right there. Crypto derivatives exchange BitMEX. BitMEX's Bitcoin perpetual swap XBTUSD is now offering a 250x leverage, up from 100x ahead of Bitcoin's halving. The significant increase comes following requests from traders to profit from the anticipated volatility as halving approaches. The company said in a release shared to crypto news. A perpetual swap is a type of derivative trading products that offer traders a chance to take on large positions in a cryptocurrency with little money down. With increased leverage of a 250x for XBT/USD, we want to ensure traders can capitalize on the most on the bull market. BitMEX introduces 100x leverage for perpetual swaps in May 2016 and expects that 2024 will be a great year for BitMEX and crypto traders. Yeah, because they're about to freaking get so much money from people getting liquidated. And I mean, it's not like they're being like, it's not like a snake move, because obviously, you open up a leverage, that's you, right? You know what comes with it as far as the risk and rewards. But, for everybody that's making money, there's people that are getting their ass handed to, right, on the leverage trading. So, if you are trading on BitMEX and you're going to hit up a 250x, I would be very, very cautious on doing that. Like I said, the ranges, as you increase your leverage trade, right, your ranges for you being liquidated starts to get very fine, right? And now with the 250x, you're probably trading within, like I said, $100, $200 on Bitcoin. You can easily, with this, you can open up a leverage trade, and by the time it even goes through, you could already be liquidated, right? So I would be so cautious on doing that. Just because they offer it doesn't mean you need to take it up. I always tell all our members, when you're first starting off with leverage trading, and by the way, a lot of people have been sending me messages on the Discord that they've been doing crazy good as far as 700x. I'm sorry, 700%. 700x would be awesome. 700% moves, 150% moves within minutes. I know Randy opened up a trade yesterday for a long, and you didn't even tell me how that worked out, but I'm sure if you closed it out before we had that drop last night, you were up like crazy. So definitely, if you guys are interested in learning how to trade as far as leverage and stuff like that, and just learning how to be a better trader and all, make sure you guys hit that join and join us as far as members. So let's see here. So that's pretty much all we'll cover with that article. But yeah, be careful with the leverage trading. It's definitely cautious. It's very risky, but higher risk, higher rewards, right? Let's see here. I wonder if we should click into this. The last time we tried clicking into this crap, it would not. It was like, let's see. Can you guys hear this? No, it's just music. Guess we'll read it. No worries. So let's see here. So Bitcoin came back over 62,000 as the market recovered after reports of limited damage from Israel's strike on Iran's military targets. ABC News first reported that Israel had launched a retaliatory strike against Iran on Friday morning. CNN quoted the local media as saying that the various military bases and airfields in the country have been hit by missiles. Al Jazeera reported that Iran's authorities are downplaying the nature of the attack, claiming that it was limited drone strikes. Ethereum also recovered slightly, according to the CoinDesk data, but was still trading below 3,000. A tokenized version of the gold run by Paxos is up nearly 3%. Yeah, that's what's crazy, is that gold was up last night while all this was going on. That's just nuts. People are moving over to gold. It's a little odd. Yeah, gold's up a little bit today, 23.82. It's a little odd. All the gold holders are like, see, I told you we're better than Bitcoin. They're up like 5% for the year. They're like, see, I told you gold's safe. They're up 5% for the year. Bitcoin's done like a 3x. Let's see here. March Zing, a managing partner at, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Capital, said that the next threshold for Bitcoin's 55,000 should market turmoil continue. If there is a panic sell for Bitcoin due to the war-related news, it would still be a good buying opportunity, added June, a derivatives trader at Presto in Telegram message. Major stocks in Asia are down also, with Hong Kong's index down 3.5%. Okay, it's just showing us the Asian market. So we won't even really get into it. We already kind of know exactly what's going on, with the whole Middle East and stuff like that. But it looks like I said, regardless of what's going on over there, we're still holding really well. We're holding really well. Bitcoin right now at 65,300 in Night of Eternity. Let's see here. Welcome. I thought you already were a member. It says or you've been a member for a month now? Regardless, welcome, bro. AI said, I noticed Milady has a lot more listings. They've been working. Shazam, what's going on, brother? You were gifted a membership, bro. Take advantage of it. So Knight said, so the pump afterwards actually came from the other side of the world where the fighting is going on, it seems. Well, that is true. But I would say it probably was most likely, on that side, but the Asian side, right? The Asian market probably was definitely taking advantage of the dip. And on top of that, you have people that are up all night in the States, right? Because crypto doesn't sleep. So you have people that are up all night. So I'm sure it was a mixture of, the Asian market, probably European market as well. And then you had, people in the States that are that don't sleep, that are freaking crazy all night just trading, right? So at Night with the $10 super chat said, I sold everything a week ago after hearing all of the favorite traders call for 55,000. I sold in profit, but suffering. I feel too committed to lower prices since I sold in to DCA back. It's overcome. Oh, okay. You changed your name? Thank you so much for the $10. So I hear you, bro. That's why I don't know if you're saying that you're you're kind of pissed that you did sell off or what, but that's why I always tell you have to take with everything a grain of salt. You have to take everybody's opinion with a grain of salt, right? You know what that means? It's like you take in what they're saying as consideration, but you have to be very careful and cautious because that's just their opinion. That's what they're basing, whatever they've gathered as far as information. But at the end of the day, even myself, you really don't know what's going to happen, right? We're looking and see what the charts are telling us, but at the end of the day, anything can happen, right? So whether that was a good move or not, it is what it is, So it's like now you did say that you sold on the profits, so that's good. Now you can kind of just see what's going to happen as far as if we're going to have some kind of a retracement, and if you can start, eating up these dips, if we even see any more, and just kind of dollar cost average in back into your favorite projects, or you can move into new projects that maybe you were kind of waiting on. I will say, regardless of us bouncing right now, you can still see that a lot of projects, like Arbitrum, and pointing out like even Fetch, ICP, they're down like crazy from their highs that they were at, just a month or two ago. So, you really do right now have a beautiful opportunity to where you can get in on some of these projects that were beat down that really haven't rallied like crazy back up. So, honestly, I would say it's not a bad opportunity because now you have dry powder and you can kind of jump in on, maybe projects that you felt like you missed out on, or maybe you were interested in, but you had your money in other assets. So Shazan said, thanks for the gift. You guys are too kind. Randy, okay, you doubled up on your leverage trade. Nice, bro. I'm happy to see that. Scott, what's going on? Let's look at a couple projects because we are seeing somewhat of a move towards the upside for some projects. So you can see for Solana, we are up to 145. You can see we are coming up and bouncing, hitting our head on this 50-day moving average right here. So that's going to be a big spot for some resistance as of now. You can see we've come up and we basically have tested it 3 times, but we can't seem to break it yet. So what I think is if the markets will continue to move, remember that W pattern that we pointed out last night? I said we have a beautiful W pattern. It really didn't get affected. Obviously, we saw this sell-off from last night, but we immediately just like rebounded. If you were able to catch any kind of trades right here, that was a quick 10-15% on a lot of projects just from that little drop that we saw last night. but you can see clearly there's a nice W pattern that's formed, continue from last night. Breaking this 50-day I don't think is going to be too hard. Probably need to retest it a couple more times, or at least one more time before we start breaking above. And I think really what the markets are doing is we're just waiting until about an hour, a little less than an hour from now, to see what the actual markets are going to be doing when we open up, right? Are we going to continue this rally, or are we going to see somewhat of a sell-off because the markets were closed last night when everything happened? So I think that's what the markets are kind of waiting for, as far as what are we going to see for today. Looking to see if there's any big movers. Let's look at the crypto bubbles. So looking at the bubbles, you can see Dog with Hats up 22% today. That's crazy. Rune is up about 17%. I know a lot of people have been talking about Rune. Oh, that's Thorchain. Okay. And you can see ICP 13%. Fetch is up 11%. Gala up again, up almost 9%. Bunk 6%. We have Airweave that's up about 16%. And look at Hex. Hex is always coming up out of nowhere, up 50%. I wonder why Hex is up like crazy. Jupiter 12%. Pepe 9%. Jasmy's up about 5%. Solana we just looked at around 10%. So you guys can see for the markets, for the daily, it's nothing but green. I don't see nothing that is in the red for today. Okay, now that I'm looking, Maker is in the red. And what is this? Pendle. Okay. But let's look at the weekly. You can still see for the week. And this is what I was telling Overcome, was that you can still see for the week. You have beautiful opportunity to catch a lot of these projects. You can see majority of the projects for the week are still down 20, 25+%. So I mean, you really can look for your favorite project and possibly get a good position in. So exactly, bro. You need to look at it as an opportunity, and like I keep telling you, and honestly, I don't know what you sold out of everything, but I mean, really, we haven't rallied like crazy, like even from Milady. I don't know where you sold out at, unless you sold like all the way down here. If you sold possibly like around this area right here, it's only like, I would say probably about a 10%. Oof, 20%. It's crazy. It doesn't look like so much for Milady. Well, maybe Milady has moved a lot more than some of the other projects, but looking at these bigger projects, the top 100, still getting a good opportunity. So you'll be all right, brother. Cowie Bro said, really hoping Milady moons. Is the Bitcoin halving today? Yes, sir, it is today. We were just covering that. So technically the halving is going to be in about 11 hours from now. So I would say roughly, it's going to be roughly tonight, this evening, somewhere around 8 or 9 p.m. tonight is what it's looking like. So remember, it's not a set time. It's basically, it's on how these blocks, as far as the block trading, we have 75 blocks until we get to the halving. So it says approximate block time. This is an estimate, is about 10 minutes per block. So you can kind of estimate there as far as what the time frame is. But I'm sure it fluctuates throughout the day, and it's all based off of volume and transactions for Bitcoin is really what it is. So Justin said, can you check the next 100? Yeah. Are you talking about for the daily? You can see Mew's been killing it this past week. Degen's up 38%. Some of these projects, obviously, we know about, but I'm not too familiar with all of them. But Radium's up 11%. Let's look at for the weekly for these. And even looking at for the weeklies, this is going to be for your 100 to 200 per market cap projects. You guys can see even these are steadily and very heavily in the red. Some of these, like Sats, 40%. A lot of them are all 20 to 30% down right now. Mew, though, like I said, Mew's been killing it, up 36% for right now. So definitely doesn't look bad at all for Mew. Boom. Book of Meme. I always don't know if it's Boom. I guess it's Boom. Book of Meme down 20%. We covered that last night on the stream. BP said, damn, we started. It's early, live. Let's go. Yeah, because last night everybody was saying they wanted to do a morning stream. So I was like, you know what? It's Friday. Let's do it. We're going to do a morning stream. Let's jump on in, right? So, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the like and make sure you guys hit that subscribe. We normally go live during the weekdays at around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then on the weekends, we do have our early day streams. Saturday and Sunday, usually midday is what time we'll have the streams. And we do have every weekend a members only stream right before our regular stream. So if you guys are interested on being a better trader, we covered leverage trading, you know, in our fib retracements, support levels, moving averages, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys hit that join. Only $5 to join. So Cowie said it's 1:45 p.m. in the UK. Nice, bro. It is 8:45 in the morning here in Florida of the United States. So welcome with our brothers and sisters across the pond, right? BP said, ain't nothing wrong with that. Also, isn't today the halving? I never really understood what the rave about. Well, it's funny you asked, BP. Yeah, so the halving is today. That's why we're obviously having this morning stream. It's going to be tonight, somewhere around 8 or 9 p.m. But the big thing about the halving is it's really the miners. It's the big deal. But it's also the circulating of what's getting put into circulation, right? So every 4 years, what happens is let's say you have 10 miners, right? You have 10 miners. You know, you're running your mining, and you're getting reward based off your transactions, right? You're validating transactions for Bitcoin. You're getting rewards. Well, for those 10 miners, every 4 years, your rewards are going to get cut in half. And what that means is half of what's getting put into circulating as far as Bitcoin let me say, I'm getting all mixed up. Half every 4 years, it gets cut in half. So that means half of what's normally getting put into circulation is basically getting halved every 4 years. I know that kind of worded that a little confusing, but think of those 10 miners. You're getting those rewards. Well, every 4 years is going to get cut in half. Every 4 years. So a lot of times what people do is they'll double up on their mining. So that's what we saw a few months ago. A lot of the major miners and major miner companies were actually selling somewhat of their Bitcoin with anticipation that they needed to buy more equipment. Because what they do is they'll double up because obviously they don't want to see their profits cut in half, right? So remember with Bitcoin, they're validating transactions. They're rewarded with a Bitcoin, not a whole Bitcoin, but, you know, fractions of a Bitcoin, you know, and depending on how many Bitcoin miners you have, that's how much you accumulate, right? On a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. And then eventually those go into circulation. That's what gets added into circulating supply that gets put onto exchanges and people buy, right? Well, now all that's going to be cut in half, right? As of today, it's going to be cut in half. And that's what it's going to happen every 4 years until the last Bitcoin has been mined, which is set to be in 2100 is roughly what they're thinking. So that's still very far away, but you can see why they call Bitcoin a deflationary asset, right? Because every 4 years, it's basically less and less are getting added into circulation. So that's why, obviously, with less being in circulation, it reflects off the price, right? And that's why if you really zoom out on Bitcoin and you look, Bitcoin is steadily just on an upward trend. If you take out all the dips and stuff like that and you really just zoom out on Bitcoin, which we'll do right now, you can see that Bitcoin's just steadily on an upward trend. So you see how you just zoom out and yeah, you see these crazy dips, right? Take advantage of it, right? But if you really do look, the trend is just steadily moving up. And that's what it is. And as we continue to move and Bitcoin's market cap continues to get higher and higher, right now it's at 1.2 or 3 trillion. Once we get up to 10 trillion, 20 trillion, 40, 50 trillion, these dips are going to be so far less and so far few, right? You're not going to have these massive fluctuations because now you're talking about an asset that's worth, more than what gold is worth. So you're going to see a lot more steadier price range with Bitcoin as it just continues to move because remember, less and less are going to be added into circulation. So hope that kind of explains why the Bitcoin halving is technically a big deal, not only for Bitcoin, but for the market, right? Because at the end of the day, even if you're not invested in Bitcoin and you're invested in alts, you know, Bitcoin kind of it moves the market, right? You know, what Bitcoin's doing is what the market's going to do. So not necessarily, you will see your one-off projects will kind of decouple from what Bitcoin's doing, but they always eventually get right back on track. So as long as Bitcoin's doing well, the whole market's doing well, and you know, vice versa. So Jamie, what's going on, bro? Jamie, we need to get your name green, dude. You've been an OG on the channel for a very long time. Jamie's been here from the get. We need to get you green, brother. ASAP. You know what, Randy? I wasn't going to call you out, bro, because, you know, I always give Craig the pass. I was just thinking that in my head. I'm like, you know what? Randy hasn't hit the damn like button. Should I call him out? Should I not? I was actually about to send you a message on the Discord like, bro, why haven't you hit the like? You know, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to call him out. You know, Randy, I'm not going to call him out. Not going to do it. Wouldn't that be crazy if YouTube gave me a list of, look, all these people are in your chat right now, and none of them have hit the like? I'd be calling everybody out. I'd be like, Randy, what's going on here, bro? Let's check out Myro. I know Solo. I don't know if he's in today because it's early. But he bought in on Myro when it was down here. He should be doing pretty well on Myro. It's up another 4% from yesterday, so. Philly said he's late to the party again, bro. You know what? I've already pretty much expected that, bro. Always late in here. Crypto, let's see here. Dottie said it all will tank soon. You know, you gotta have a bear in the room, at least one bear, right? He said it's all gonna tank soon. We'll see how that goes. Mike said been future trading with all morning. 250% trades. Let's go. Nice. April, what's going on? Lazy said check out Andrew Tet. I'm guessing that's going to be on Solana, right? And how they have it spelled, Andrew Tet. Yeah. These people are freaking hilarious with their how creative they are with these names. Bro, is this the project? It's got very little liquidity and a very small market cap. I'd be very cautious with this. It's got a funny, catchy name, but I would be very cautious with this, bro. I mean, I don't know if you know the devs or you know the team, and maybe you're like, well, nah, they're just going through a little bumpy stage. They're gonna start, moving up. Then that's one thing, but I'd be very cautious in regards to this project. Liquidity is very low, and don't get confused with that little lock, right? That liquidity can go right back down. It can easily go to zero. I understand, Dottie. I understand. Listen, and I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like laughing like, huh, I can't believe you're saying that. I mean, I understand exactly where you're coming from. So he's saying that the biggest shakeoff in crypto is coming, and he's saying it's not FUD. That's what he sees in the charts. It is what it is, bro. Right? I understand where you're coming from. I can't say that I 100% agree, but I can't say that I completely 100% disagree, right? Because anything can happen with crypto, right? Anything can happen. We could be up to 100,000 and then 2 days later you're right back down to 40,000, right? Anything can happen. So that's why I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, you're completely wrong, because then I would be dumb to say that, right? So I respect your opinion. We'll see how it goes as far as how the markets play out. But at the end of the day, I think if you're long term and you're just dollar cost averaging in and taking advantage of the dips, I think, like I always tell you guys, I think that's the safest way to play it. So Monero said, I don't want to be a bear, but how geopolitical situation at the moment, I guess we could see a Bitcoin 40,000. I honestly think from the what we saw last night and this week, I honestly think it's gonna be stirring back down. I really do. I think it's a lot of chest pumping right now, where they're puffing their chests. You can tell that both parties really don't want to get into a escalated event, right? So I think it's just some chest pumping, but I think it's gonna die out right now. Honestly, I think there's not gonna be any more back and forth for right now, but who knows, right? I appreciate that, Dottie, man. He said we need Elon to tweet something about Milady. We do, bro. But his people all his people around him are probably, you cannot do another tweet about any meme coins. We're already getting sued. So let's just do a quick recap. So, the markets are going to be opening up in about 30 minutes from now, right? Obviously, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time in the States. Let's see what this brings as far as what we have. Right now, we are holding support at the 618 on Milady. So let's just see what happens here. A couple things that I do want to point out that I'm noticing right now. It's not too apparent, but it looks like slightly we might have somewhat of a little M pattern popping up. So don't be afraid if you see us maybe drop down towards this 15.9 again and retest it. Other than that, we might see the markets open up and just continue to continue this rally. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on what I think is going to happen, just because everything that's going on. The markets were closed last night technically, right? So we don't know how they're going to react when they open up. We might see some volatility. I think we're definitely going to see some volatility in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So, excuse me, we'll see how that plays out. But for the most part, the markets have rebounded from last night. So for right now, you can technically say we're in the green. Like I keep saying, we'll see how today plays out. We'll have a stream later on, and obviously we'll cover everything that's going on for today. But other than that, guys, I'm going to keep it short. I do have to start my day off. We will be streaming later on this weekend. Definitely going to be having streams throughout the days. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tomorrow we have the members only stream too. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys hit that join button. But other than that, guys, I thank you guys for joining us this morning, and I'll see you guys in a few hours later. All right. Hopefully this market stays green and we have a good stream tonight. So other than that, guys, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today, okay? And Rob said make sure you guys buy NFK No FUD Koala. That's the native token for the channel. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys a little